Hi guys, welcome to another episode of It's Your Kitchen. First and always foremost, guys, I would love to thank all of my followers from Aruba, St. Martin, Bonaire, Curacao, Guyana, Suriname, Rhode Island, Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, Arkansas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, California. I did say Pennsylvania. Um, England, the Netherlands. Hey, Mexico. Also, Mexico. Also, guys, I would love to thank you so much for joining me today. I do believe I said Florida. All right. The recipe, before I actually tell you what I'm going to do, I actually, before, just hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. So every time I come up with a new recipe, you'll be the first to know. All right. Yes, I'm trying. I'm trying to be with the hip crowd with the beards, you know. Oh, yeah. But guys, it's going to come off soon anyway. Um, Today's recipe is actually a tribute, not actually a tribute. One of my followers actually requested this. Let me get the, yes, requested me to do this for her. And I don't know why I keep putting it off because it's a very easy recipe. She's from Connecticut. She lived in Rhode Island and now she's living in Florida. So this is for you. Today I'll be making Creole sauce, or maybe in a sense with a little kick, maybe some French Creole sauce. All right. I did add some additional herbs to it from my garden. Hey, it's my kitchen. All right. And also, I'm going to try and also make two more dishes for you. One would be a nice baked salmon, and also a local dish that what we call here on the island Funchi, or it's like cornmeal. I do believe the Italians will call it polenta, but I do it differently. All right, guys. I do it my way. Maybe some viewers would say, "No, that's not how you do it. That's not what you use." Guys, it's your kitchen. You do it however you please. All right? I'm making it as easy as possible for myself. And if you like it, maybe you try it out and you realize, "Oh, this is much easier also." All right? But guys, stay tuned. First, I'm going to start the French Creole sauce. We're going to head over and actually I'll show you all of the ingredients that I'll be using. All right? So don't go anywhere. Stay right where you are. All right, guys. Guys, now here are the ingredients that I'll be using for the Creole or French Creole sauce. All right? My herb plate, my vegetable plate. All right, just give a little close up here. What I do have here is one medium yellow onion, then about four cloves of garlic. I chopped it up, of course. What I have here is one stalk of celery, but most likely like a medium size stalk celery. From my herb garden, I have some, I'm going to go a little bit with Italian sweet basil and two sprigs of a fresh rosemary. Those are from my herb garden. All right. I have here, which is my Madame Jeanette hot pepper. I'm going to place that in hold. In the center, I have one small bell pepper or green pepper, or how we call it on the island, sweet pepper. And also one green onion. Small, about a relatively small to medium size green onion. But again, guys, you can actually vary in the type of herbs that you would like to place in your sauce. All right. Now in this bowl right here, also from my herb garden, I let them, instead of doing it half part green, part red. I let my tomatoes go full red. So I have here 3 small, almost just below small, small medium, let's say, tomatoes, 3 of them. And also I have my dried thyme, some sea salt, or if you don't have sea salt, table salt. I would use also my Himalayan, but I said let me use my sea salt. I got to stock up also. Also some black pepper. Now zoom over on the side. Some also tomato paste, and also some soy sauce. Now with the soy sauce, guys, be very careful with it. I'm gonna add about maybe a teaspoon of the soy sauce, since I'm using my my sea salt. So I'm gonna be very careful on using how much salt, because this is not a sodium free. Maybe I might skip the sea salt. I'm not sure as yet. Once I give it a taste, then I will know. All right, guys. So these are the ingredients, once again, that will be placed in to making my style of Creole sauce. Now, as I said, I'll be making with this, to accompany this, is baked salmon. Now, I placed my salmon in the refrigerator last night on the bottom shelf, because it's not good to have it because it was it's wild caught Norwegian salmon. So I bought it frozen, but it's still good. And instead of having it out to thaw, it's best to leave it on the bottom shelf in your refrigerator overnight. I give it a quick seasoning with, I'm going to show you. It's called complete seasoning right here. Right, it has a lot of different. Let me see if I can get a close up there for you. This is the company that I purchased it from. This is the name. But if you find it in a different name or what have you, you can use whatever. You can just go with salt and pepper. And I sprinkle that on, and I place it on the bottom of my refrigerator. So in a few, I will take it out to prepare that. And also the other dish, which I said previously, we making what we call funchi. So it's almost, basically it's a vegetarian dish. Now, vegetarian, it's one not, I don't think you will consider it with a fish, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. All right, guys, so stay tuned. We're going to head over to the stovetop and start cooking. All right. Beautiful. They look just so beautiful. And the herbs, the scent of it is unbelievable already. So imagine when it's cooked. Little Hollywood close up there. All right, guys, stay tuned to first head over to the stove. Guys, here I have my trusty little pot. Inside, I have about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You can use whatever oil that you feel like. If you want, if you have olive oil, go right ahead. Use whatever you feel like. All right. So, guys, I'm gonna add in my my greenery, I should say, or my vegetables into the pot and get them going. So stay tuned. All right, guys, here we are. I have my flame on medium. So once that sizzling is going like that, you just want to turn the flame down. All right. So everything is in the pot. If you want, you can add things slowly if you feel like. But I added everything in at the same time and let them all start to get to know each other. I'm not giving anyone a preference on who can talk to each other first and make friends first. So everything is basically in there and getting to know each other. Now I turn down my flame. Yes, it's all the way down. And I'm just going to let this go for about maybe for a few minutes, a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes or so. All right. Now I added in the rosemary sprigs whole like that because in the end it will be much easier for me to fish them out. All right. Oh wow, it smells so good, guys. So again, I'm gonna let this sit in here for maybe about 2 to 3 minutes, and then what I'll add in is the my dried thyme. So why I'm gonna add the dried thyme at this stage is because they're dry and the heat will start letting the oil release back, and then the fragrance will, oh wow, beautiful fragrance, trust me. All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys, I added in the dried thyme, which is about, I added actually about maybe a tablespoon. Instead of a teaspoon, I added a tablespoon, and maybe a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. All right. The reason I did that ahead of time because for the black pepper and everything, since I'm holding the camera, also, so it's a little bit more easier for me. But I'm not putting in anything secretly. Everything, I'm telling you exactly what I put in. All right. So I'm gonna let this go for another few minutes, and then once it's all done, then what I'll be adding in is actually the tomato paste. That's right, the tomato paste. And for the tomato paste, it will be about 1 tablespoon. All right, so don't go anywhere. As you can see, my tablespoon couldn't fit inside of the bottle of the jar of the tomato paste. So what I did 1 heaping teaspoon and a half of it. All right. So now want to get that touching the pot exactly, so it can release its nice sweetness, because a lot of people like sweetness. I'm like, trust me, the tomato paste, once you start doing it like this, you're releasing the nice sweetness of it. So you will get that taste, that hint of taste in the final product. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes. Get to know each other, guys. You're talking to me. All right, guys. Now the next ingredient I'll be placing in is about maybe a half a teaspoon of the soy sauce. Again, please be careful with the amount that you put in, because if you have the low sodium, go right ahead, but still be careful. All right. See that beautiful color it's getting. All right. So I'm gonna add in the half a teaspoon of the soy sauce, and then I would add in my tomatoes. All right. So stay there, guys. I just added in the half a teaspoon of the soy sauce. Again, I bought the soy sauce, but I don't use it as much because couldn't find the low sodium. All right. So that will just give it that nice back of the throat kind of hint of flavor. All right. So now what I'm going to add in is my tomatoes. That one I show you here. It's much easier in the bowl. All right. And give them all a good stir. Get to know each other, guys. What I'm so proud, I'm cooking a lot of, with a lot of stuff also from my vegetable garden. Oh, I totally forgot to mention also, the bell pepper was the first bell pepper on my bell pepper tree. All right. So also another product from my garden. So I'm going to let this go. If you have also vegetable stock or chicken stock, this is the perfect time to place it in. I would say about maybe a cup and a half or so, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to be placing in 1 cup of water and just let this simmer. All right. So I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my cup of water and pour right in. Hey guys, have my cup of water right there. As you can see, the beautiful colors and everything. Oh, wow. Again, the flame is turned down on low. All right. So grab my 1 cup of water. I will just pour right in. Again, if you have the low sodium chicken stock or vegetable stock, this is the time to put it in. I'm going to give this a quick stir. You want to let it come to a nice high, not high, but a nice bubble or simmer. All right. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. If you want to give this a little extra heat as well, guys, if you have cayenne powder, I would say add in about maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of that in here. It all depends on your heat palette. Or if you have red pepper flakes, go right ahead. Make it your own. All right. So I'm gonna place this on a higher, on a medium flame. All right, and let it get to a nice simmer. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place my the lid on so it can start giving that nice, beautiful. Wow, guys, if you could smell this. So see you soon. All right, guys. So see you in a while. Not see you in a while. See you in a few minutes. All right. All right, guys. Here we go again. It has been actually, I let it on its own for about 5 minutes, hoping, fingers crossed, that the water has reduced a good bit. Here we go. I have to use a pothole because it's really hot. Oh, perfect. Oh, you know, you get that type of sense of pride when everything comes out great. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh, wow. Switch my hand here. Oh, wow. Take a look at that, guys. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Basically now, guys, it's done. I'm just going to fish out the rosemary sprigs, and that's it. It is done. All right, guys. So, guys, stay tuned for the following recipe, which I'll be making my version of Funchi or Palenta. I think they call it a different name, but a different island, but I'm not going to say it because it's kind of weird to say it, but you will get the gist of it. All right, guys? So stay tuned. Look at that. Perfect. And guys, here we go for the dish number 2. Right here in my saucepan, I have about 5 cups of water, but it all depends, you know, how much you want to make. Okay, so I have 5 cups of water. Inside, I did place, you can do butter if you like, but I place 1 tablespoon of olive oil in there. All right, now scooting over right here. This is the cornmeal. It's the finely, don't worry guys, as I always tell you, I practice what I preach. Hands are washed. All right, this is the fine, very fine cornmeal. Now, you can also find white. The reason why I like the yellow, it's because that's what I was brought up on. I did try the white, and no matter how much seasoning or salt I placed in it, it just didn't give me that oomph, you know? So stick to what you know, all right? But if you have the white one there as well, you can try it. Maybe you might like it, all right? Also, what I'm going to add to this, I'm going to add in some Himalayan pink salt and also some garlic powder. All right. I might place in maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper also, but I would use a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and maybe about a tablespoon of the garlic powder. So right now, what I'm doing, I'm going to let this come to a nice boil, and then I would start adding in the black pepper, the salt, and the garlic powder. All right, so don't go anywhere. Guys, also what I'll be using is my medium-sized whisk. I grew up, just give this a little stir in there. I grew up watching my grandmother actually using, let me see if I have, you know, the straight, the straight like rolling pin, not the fancy ones. Just basically a board like that, a pin like that. And she actually used to do that with her hand and get it really smooth. She had the technique, but I figured out using the whisk much easier. All right. It might be controversial to some of my fellow Caribbean islanders out there, but again, it's your kitchen. You do whatever you want. It's your kitchen. All right. So inside, I did place in a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of the salt. I use the Himalayan pink salt, but if you want to use table salt, if you like, 1.5 tablespoon of the garlic powder, and also a 1/2 teaspoon of my seasoning, complete seasoning. That's not really necessary, but just to let you know, when you start doing this, the cornmeal tends to soak up a lot. So maybe with all of that, you might not even get that hint of taste. So what I do at the end part, I just will sprinkle the top part with some salt, not too much. All right, once it's hot, so that it can really get in there and you can get a little salty flavor, not too much in there. All right, so I'm gonna let this come to a boil and then we're gonna start whisking. All right, so stay tuned. All right, guys, I just lowered my flame because it came to a nice rolling bubble. So I just lowered the flame with the water, from the water. Now this is going to be a little tricky. I might have to do some editing here because I would need to use both hands to hold the pot and to whisk. But let's see what happens. All right. So take the whisk out, right, just place it aside right there. Because normally when you start pouring in the cornmeal, you got to start whisking. All right. So here we go. The first 1 cup. Now, I don't really measure. I go with the feel of the consistency. Now, the polenta, they have that almost like a porridge consistency. I'm going for a little bit more firmer so I can turn it over in a bowl and like cut it like cake. You know? So here we go. This is the first cup, okay? And I'm just gonna start now whisking it. And that's it. All right, so guys, I'll be right back and I'll show you and I'll let you know how many cups I use total. All right, so bear with me, I'll be right back. Guys, I added actually in total 2 cups only for the 5 cups of water, and I was whisking vigorously for about almost 2 to 3 minutes, but until you get a nice creamy consistency. Now what I do, I just let this sit on a low flame. I don't know if you might get a chance here, like hit that little poof, but it's to give the cornmeal time to really cook. And once that's all done, then I will pour it into the plastic container that I always use. All right, so bear with me, and I'm gonna show you when I'm pouring it out into my plastic container. All right, listen to that. Guys, here we go. This is the container that I use to make the form for it. My grandmother always used to use just 1 plate, pour it on, and then put another plate and press it down to get that form also. But weirdly, I found this and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use this container. All right, so guys, don't go in there. I'm just going right here to grab the finished product. And I have this spoon here. You know, when you purchase your rice cooker, you always get those plastic spoons. Well, I use it for other things. I don't know if I'm gonna have a good angle for you, but just gonna pour it in. If you can see that, I'm trying to get as high as possible so you can get to see it go in there. All right. Hope you got to see that nice drop in there. All right, place this back on my stove top. So now what I'm gonna do, if you can see right there, I'm just gonna even this out. Just press it in and even it out. All right. This is pretty easy. A lot of people, most likely in the US, if you know it, a lot of the Latin community, they will know how to do it. But for the rest, you know, guys, if you pass this, oops. Oh, that tastes good. If you pass this and you're like, no, I don't know how to make that, guys, don't be intimidated. All right, just don't be intimidated. Again, this is my my take on making it. It might not be too specific of my Islanders, how they do it, but this is how I do it. I try to make it as simple as possible. All right, and I think my grandmother would still be kind of proud of me. Not doing it the way she did, but she would be still proud of me. All right. Okay, place that right there. Just jiggle that a little. And now I'm just gonna grab some of my some salt and just place some there in my hand and just lightly sprinkle it over. All right, they said it's a technique if you're about maybe a foot above, so the whatever you're sprinkling on can really be distributed perfectly. All right, and that's it. Oops, sorry. Yep, and that's it. All right, that's my take. All right, so I'm gonna let this set for a while until it really gets firms up. Then I'm going to just place a plate over it and flip it over, and then you would actually see the form. All right, so guys, that was dish number 2. Next dish would be the salmon. All right, so stay tuned. Guys, here we go now for final dish number 3. What I have here is my faithful little dish. Okay, I'm not sure if it's gonna fit because I got 2 nice pieces there. All right, place this here aside. Okay, wow, nice and soft. My salmon fillet with the skin on. There's no other way. And this is Norwegian wild caught salmon, so it has a lot of nice flavor on it in it. All right. Oh yeah, that fit perfectly right in there. So sorry, inside, before I place it down, inside of my dish, I just gently, maybe about a teaspoon of olive oil, I placed on the bottom part so the skin get nice in contact. So when it's baking, it gets almost that crunch to it, but not too much. And the other piece. Guys, these salmons are real great. Again, don't like to drop names, but again, I will give credit where credit is due. These were purchased by the only company that I deal with seafood, which is Green Fish Aruba. Again, it's Green Fish Aruba. The guys are so friendly, unbelievably friendly, and also so helpful and patient with you. Whatever questions you may have on the seafood or what have you, they are there and always willing to help. Now guys, I'm not getting anything free. I'm not as a free promotion for them. Well, it's actually a free promotion because I'm telling you, but I still have to purchase my stuff, all right? But I'm just letting you know, they are one of the most greatest team on the island of Aruba, all right? So guys, I'm gonna just go quickly wash my hands because I touched the salmon. And what I'm also going to be adding in, I'm gonna just show you in a few seconds. Just get my hand nice and washed and clean there. Of course, I love my garlic powder. Love my garlic powder. So what I have here is my garlic powder. I would do about maybe, this is, I would say about That's another. I just love the garlic powder, you know. I will do two tablespoons of that. All right. Okay. Place this here aside, and also grab some dried thyme. Okay, about maybe a teaspoon of that. Now, with the first recipe with the French Creole sauce, you know, I placed it directly in and let the heat release the oils. But now what I'm gonna do, I place it in the palm of my hand, and I'm just gonna give them a nice rub, like, yo, wake up, come on, wake up. All right, and just sprinkle the dried thyme. And as I sprinkle, I'm actually still rubbing them, so they're getting released on their way down before they hit the salmon. All right, perfect. And there we go. All right. And also, if you remember from my previous videos, I did make my homemade honey salted butter. This is it. Now, this is almost like a follow-up. All right. And that's what it looks inside. Now, what I did was it firms up a little much more once you refrigerate it. Let me grab a knife here. Actually, the best thing to use is a spoon. Oops, yes, I heard you. All right. And I'm just gonna spoon some out. You see what it looks like? And I'm just gonna place this on top of the salmon. All right. Spoon some out. Oops. Onto, yep, little fell there. Onto the salmon. Now I'm not letting the spoon touch the salmon because I have to dip back in. So be very careful when you do that, all right? Okay. And right there. So this will melt beautifully onto the salmon. Boom. Grab this one right here. Now I'm going to clean that up. All right. And also from my garden, some fresh thyme. Okay. I'm just so proud of my garden, guys. Okay. Nice sprig right there. Perfect. So I'm going to show you right here what I have. And that's it. I'm going to wrap this with some aluminum foil. And, oops, sorry. And I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. I'm going to let this go for about maybe 10 to maybe 12 minutes in the oven. And once it's all done, lunch is done. All right, guys. As I said, you know, I did a complete meal here for you, and I'm happy that I did. All right. Have this all covered here. That's it. And this is going to go directly into the oven for about 10 to maybe 12 minutes. So guys, don't go anywhere. Be right back so you will see the final product. All right. Guys, welcome again. It has been about 12 minutes. It's still in the oven. I'm going to take it out. But just before I do that, I totally forgot to mention, when you're doing the funchi, you could actually, if you have like frozen corn or corn in a can, spinach, the cream spinach, you can also put that in there and mix it in as well. Okay. Also, you might be saying, why didn't you tell me about this? Which is the cleanup. Once you're all through with the saucepan, what you stir it all in, you place it in you place some water with some what's the word I'm looking for? Dish detergent, and let that stay there for a while, because if not, what's going to happen, it's going to start getting firm and it's going to be hard to clean. So do that as soon as you finish pouring it out of the saucepan. Do that immediately, so then it's less work afterwards. All right, that's just a little tip. All right, so what I have here again is my fungi. It has set. I have my plate. I'm just going to place it over and then turn it just like that and just pop it off. And guys, there you go. That's it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So you just cut this like in slices, like a cake or pie, what have you, and you place it on your dish and you have a nice meal. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place this back on to it, leave this set for a while, and I'm going to grab now the salmon and let's see how it turns out. All right, guys. I just took the salmon out. It's pretty hot. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear that sizzling, that bubbling? All right. So I'm going to be very careful on lifting off the aluminum foil, because you want to be very careful, because some people, they will do like this and the steam comes out and it burns you. So you got to just be extra careful and try to be behind the steam. All right, guys, and there you go. Ooh. Perfect. 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 And it's nice and yep. Guys, you don't know what you're missing. If you have like maybe some wedge of lemon, perfect now to place with it. I'll just squeeze some up. I don't have any, unfortunately, right now, so I'm gonna have to deal without. But this is all ready to go. I'm gonna just let it set and let the juices really circulate back into it, and then have myself a nice lunch. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna do my final signing off. I'm not leaving you just for this meal, for this dish. And then, again, I will place all of the ingredients, everything that I've used with this video, right? I'm never going to let you hanging. All right, guys? So see you out for my final wording. All right. Here's the finished product. I have my funchi. Okay, as you say, I cut it like in slices, like almost like a cake. I have my salmon, oh beautiful, and also my French Creole sauce. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go right into this. All right, but stay tuned for my signing off word. All right, guys. All right, hi guys. So when I said signing off, I just mean from this video, okay? Because I have to go get that in my mouth right now. But guys, first and always foremost, I would love to always thank you for joining me in the kitchen. Make it your own, as I said. Just make it your own. Have fun. First, always, do not forget, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so every time I come up with a new clip, you'll be notified. All right? And also, guys, thank you so much to all of my followers from Aruba, St. Martin, Bonaire, Curacao, Guyana, Suriname, Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oregon, Ohio, California, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Mexico, all right, England, and also the Netherlands. Guys, thank you so much for joining me, and can't wait to see you again at the next video. All right, also please don't forget, because I'm going to add also all of the ingredients. Of course, I'm not going to leave you hanging, and also I'm going to place this YouTube clip onto the It's Your Kitchen Facebook page, which is my Facebook page. Cook your favorite dish, what you're so proud of. Take a picture, send it to me, let me know, tell me your first name and where you are at, and I'll be happy to post it on. All right, guys? But guys, thank you so much. And have a great day and stay safe. All right? All right, guys, it's your kitchen.